to give some credit to the EU Remainers, they never give up. They are annoyingly resilient. Yesterday in Parliament, the Labour Party tabled a motion to take away the control from the government in order to stop us from leaving the EU in October.
The ayes to the right, 298. The noes to the left, 309.
You won't be cheering in September.
Thank you. The ayes to the right, 298. The noes to the left, 309. So the noes have it. The noes have it. Unlock.
Now, fortunately, that plot failed. But the whole situation is even more dangerous than we think, because their intention was to give control to the Labour Party, the opposition party instead of government, in order to stop Brexit from happening. But that also meant giving control power to Jeremy Corbyn's Labour Party, and during that time, he could have tabled anything that he wanted. And any legislation that could have destroyed the economy, could have brought down our own government. It was a very risky situation, but Remainers, we've also had a few Tory MPs voting with the Labour Party yesterday without realising what sort of risk and danger we could be facing. Now, the way our system works is that, generally speaking, it's the government that puts through legislation and the House of Commons votes on it, obviously except for the opposition days and backbench bills and all that. So giving that much power to Jeremy Corbyn is a very dangerous thing to do. But going back to Brexit, where are we now? What's the situation now? Legally speaking, currently the default position is that the UK will leave the EU on the 31st of October this year. So if nothing changes, Brexit will happen regardless of whether there is a deal or not. To change this, you have to change the law. The government controls the timetable in Parliament. So the new PM could avoid opportunities for Parliament to force their hand just by doing nothing. Now, this was the problem for Theresa May, because during her term she was trying to force her withdrawal agreement. And because the government was putting through this legislation, obviously MPs and the opposition party were able to add amendments to it. This is why we were unable to leave in March and also then in April. And no legislation, and you won't have any amendments or blockage from the Remain MPs in Parliament. And this is why the Conservative leadership election actually does matter. I know a lot of the viewers, obviously some are Conservative members, some are pro-Brexit party, and some of my actual supporters are even Labour members or former Labour members. So regardless of our views, whether what we think about the Conservative Party or the Conservative candidates, for the sake of the country and Parliament, it does matter who the Conservative members elect as their next leader. Because we have certain candidates in this race that want to renegotiate the current deal, or they want to renegotiate the backstop, for example. And we had Andrew Leadsom, who just went out actually this morning in the first round of the voting in the Tory election, who wanted to leave the EU without a deal, but by putting through another legislation so we could have a managed exit. But obviously, the moment you put through any legislation, then you're going to give power to the Remain MPs and the Labour Party to stop it. So the best option for this country and for the next Conservative leader is that if the EU wants to come back and actually completely give us a better deal, which would be a trade deal so we are able to continue the trade with Europe as we have done already, without compromising our situation, it's fine. If not, then we'll be leaving in October. So the next leader and the next Prime Minister, all they have to do is just do nothing. As long as the government prepares for a no-deal scenario, then we should be leaving the EU in October. But my direct message to the Labour Party and the Remain MPs is this. Please stop. Stop your attack on democracy. Just because this is a specific policy that you disagree with, it's not worth bringing down our country for it. Your divisiveness hasn't helped. I can assure you that the UK leaving the EU will not end up having this country becoming a fascist state. For those that don't know, my background is Persian. My family left Iran to escape from a dictatorial regime that were oppressing everyone and limiting their freedom. They chose this country because this was the land of freedom, a beacon and home of democracy, trade and free markets. And ever since we've been giving more power to Brussels and the European Union, we've been losing bits of our freedoms from across the system and society. So I say one more time, please don't ruin this wonderful country and this great opportunity that we have with Brexit. And when it comes to us Brexiteers, we're not going to stop fighting. I'm going to continue our campaign until we make sure we do leave the EU in October. And if they try to stop us, we'll continue the fight. And again, thanks for everyone who's been supporting this channel and our campaigns out there, especially those that have joined the Cabinet Club. Obviously, as usual, I'll put the link in the description if you want to join, support this channel, and obviously you'll get a lot of extra content and benefits in return. I'm going to be doing a live Q&A on Sunday at 7 p.m. UK time, so if you want to put that in the diary, it should be quite exciting. And as usual, make sure you subscribe and click on the notification bell next to it, and I'll see you tomorrow with a new video.